Ladies and gentlemen, established in 1924, it is the oldest active gym in the state of Indiana. Welcome to the Cave here at Mishawaka High School for tonight's girls basketball action as the Mishawaka Lady Cavemen will face off against the Slicers of LaPorte. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mishawaka Network. My name is Isaac Hayes, and I'm joined currently by Matt Rendell. And then around the time the second quarter rolls around, Dakota Stone will be joining me here on the call. As the time winds down before the game, we will just talk about last night's action as the boys basketball team took another loss in a tough game against Riley by a score of 59-48. But there was light for the Cavemen that last night in the JV game as Devin Grubbs hit a buzzer-beating game winner in the fourth quarter.
And you were there, right, Isaac?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I was not there. I was, what was I doing last night? I was at home. But you were there. Tell us a little bit about the varsity game. You told me a little bit earlier that it was, pretty good. They played pretty well, and the fourth quarter got away with them. What do you mean by that?
So, basically, if you've seen the first two games Mishawaka's played this year, they've fought for the lead, got up, let the other team come back, and then got up some more. The other team got the lead. Much of that, just back and forth lead changes. And it was much more of that throughout the game. And then what the Cavemen did in the first two games, in the fourth quarter, they kind of fell apart. And they definitely need to work on their free throws, as I don't have the exact stats, but I'd say they're shooting about 30% from the line so far this year.
30%? I don't think that's true, but it's probably not that good. Cool. So we've got a big game here tonight. The girls are taking LaPorte. LaPorte in a very good conference. I was looking at their stuff earlier. They're 6-3, I think, on the year, something of that nature. But the Cavemen have a tough go ahead of them. It's going to be a tough game.
Definitely.
But, a lot of things going on around school. We'll get to some of those things. But we're going to take a break here for the national anthem, and we'll come back in just a second.
You can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to ihsaatv.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. And now we are going to bring you the starting lineups brought to you by us, the Mishawaka Network.
There you go.
Can't say the athletic department. They didn't give us water bottles this time.
No, we're good.
Starting off for the visiting Slicers from LaPorte, we have number 5, a guard, Aiden Reeves. We have 14, a guard, Kayla Jones. At another guard, we have 22, Ryan Ott. And at forward, we have 23, Nyla Assad. And in the center, we have number 34, Lauren Pollock, a 6'3" junior. And now for your Mishawaka Lady Cavemen. Starting at guard, we have number 11, Jordan Bobus. Starting at another guard is 12, Izzy Kukla. At another guard is 24, Juanita Franklin. And the other guard is, and a forward, is 32, Riley Banks. And at other forward is 41, Emma Wendt. And we wait for lineups to get over. It's nice, it's a nice environment today. We have the band here. We have the cheerleaders here. We are in for a treat tonight as the Lady Cavemen look to knock off a very good LaPorte team.
Good and experienced. We've seen them a few times. LaPorte was here in sectionals last year, but you look right off the bat, that size at the middle there is going to be really tough for the Cavemen. You can see it. I mean, we're right here at midcourt, and that's a good. I mean, that's almost half a head there. That's almost 5 to 6 inches out there, and that's going to be tough for the Cavemen.
And then it's almost like you don't even jump for the ball; you just let it happen.
Yeah.
As Pollock and Kukla will meet in the middle for the jump here. And here we go. LaPorte wins the tip-off and kicks it out to Ott. Ott drives, kicks it back out to Assad. Assad over to Jones. Jones looks inside, gives it in to Pollock, back to Jones. Jones, the three off the run of the rim. And ball saved out of bounds. Nice save, but pass right to Riley Banks. Bobus will bring the ball up the court. Stop, pass to Franklin. Franklin unable to corral the pass, and that'll be a turnover for the Cavemen.
And that's a tough one there. You got not a great shot by the Slicers down here, a long three. Miss it, you got the ball, you come down the court, first thing you throw, the first pass half court goes off of Franklin's head and out of bounds, and that's a bad way to start with the turnovers.
Ott will have the basketball, pass it out to Jones. Jones gives it back up to Ott. Ott down to Assad. Assad then to Ott. Ott back to Assad. Assad looks to drive. She drives in off the rim and rebound by Shelby Lynn.
And 2 missed shots there by Assad. Should give the Cavemen some confidence. They haven't played great in the first minute of the game, but 3 missed shots so far, and their defense has been okay.
And Bobus will pass the ball to Juanita Franklin. Franklin then to Banks. Banks surveys the court, looks to drive, picks up her dribble, passes it to Bobus. Bobus, ball is stolen there by Jones. Jones driving up the court. Passes out to Assad. Assad, the shot, no good. Rebound, Bobus.
Another miss by Assad, and that's going to be a jump ball here, it looks like.
And possession's going to go to the Cavemen.
Yeah, so far it's been tough for both teams. Cavemen, no shots yet, 2 turnovers, 0 for 4 so far for the Slicers. As they've had some good looks, especially that last one. That last one, she was ready to go on that layup and totally missed it off the back of the iron. But Assad gets a steal.
And Assad gets another steal, and just like that, the Slicers are on the board.
Yeah, and that was just, the Cavemen not having good ball handlers there, as Assad just took it right from Bobus.
And Bobus's 3, I believe that was blocked there. And they're going to give the ball to Pollock. Pollock to Lynn, and then to Kayla Jones.
But I'll tell you what, Isaac, I don't hate the shot. One of the things we've talked about watching the games all year, we've seen a lot of them, is they just got to shoot more.
Right.
And she came into that shot confidently. Even if it was tipped, it was a good-looking shot.
As Assad's going to take a 3 here, and it's going to go off the rim and go out of bounds, Cavemen ball.
And, Dakota, you're here with us. Isaac's here. As you guys get going here, Assad is not afraid to take shots.
Right.
She is not ready. She is out there. She's ready to go. As Alexi Schlemmer checks in.
Schlemmer, the 5'3 junior, also a member of Brian Miller's softball team here at Mishawaka. Actually, we have 3 softball players out on the court right now. That'll be Alexi Schlemmer, Riley Banks, and Izzy Kukla.
One of the things here, Isaac, is they just set up their offense way too far away from the basket. You see them here. They're almost at midcourt. Even here where Kukla is, it's not close enough for you to really do anything. So they've got to get in as Riley Banks tries.
Banks drives baseline, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound, Kukla. Kukla puts it back up and gets fouled as Izzy Kukla will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and that was a good job of of Riley Banks driving to the hoop, but also even though she didn't get it to go, she got an open look. You know, she's got to probably put that thing a little bit harder off the backboard. But Kukla got the rebound and will go to line.
That foul's going to be on 34, Lauren Pollock, the 6'3" junior, as Kukla's first free throw is good. Kukla's second free throw bounces in and out of the rim, rebound by Pollock. Pollock gives it to Jones. Jones hits Ott in the corner. Ott's going to shoot the three, and no good. And nice fight for the rebound there by Schlemmer.
Yeah, well, and that fight was not a fair one.
Right.
You know, Schlemmer's easily, you know, a foot shorter than number 34. Who's that? Number 34, Pollock there. Pollock's listed at 6'3", Schlemmer at 5'3". Oh, man, am I good or am I good there? One foot shorter.
That's that math degree
there
you
you
have.
go. Boba looks like she comes back in for Banks as LaPorte will have another chance.
And Pollock unable to convert the shot there. Rebound by Bobus. Cavemen are going to push the ball up the court here. Pass it inside to Went. Went pivots around, passes it back into Bobus. Bobus puts the shot up, in and out. Rebound by Pollock.
But that's good offense. You got into the lane, you got a shot. She put up that hook shot, and that almost went in.
And the shot there good by 14, Kayla Jones.
Jones, that's her second shot on the game, but she got that one to go. LaPorte is really not shooting that well. They've only made 2 shots as they're going to call a hand check foul there.
And that foul is going to be on Nyla Assad, her first, team's second.
And like I was saying, LaPorte's made 2 shots, Isaac, but they're 2 for 9 on the game. So they've had some good looks. They just haven't gotten to go.
As Bobus is going to have the ball, she'll jump stop, pass it back out to Schlemmer. Schlemmer with the basketball, passes it back to Went. Went looks to drive, and she'll kick it out to Franklin.
And that pass was meant for Kukla, but it got to Franklin anyway.
Went has the basketball down low, got to get rid of it. Tries to pass it into Schlemmer. Ball's going to go off of a LaPorte defender, go out of bounds, Cavemen basketball.
When you saw the ref right here in front of us turn and say to the LaPorte coach, I don't know who that went off of, so his guess was as good as ours. So they're going to say it was off LaPorte, so Mishawaka will keep the ball.
Kukla to inbound here. 4 minutes exactly left here, and she's got to pass the ball, and she does. Bobus is going to set up her shot, and shot's going to go in. Cavemen are now down just by 1, 4-3, LaPorte.
And that's what they need. They need people to take confident shots and just hope they go in. You know, they've practiced obviously shooting. They don't, you know, they go through practice and put shots up. So they got that shot up and it goes in, and Cavemen only trail by 1.
Jones has the basketball. Gives it to Lynn, inside to Pollock. Passes it back out to Assad. Assad, the three-pointer off the back of the rim. And ball out of bounds. Last touch by LaPorte, Cavemen basketball.
And another missed shot. Puts them at 20% so far in the first quarter. And which doesn't sound awful, but when you're talking about the shots they're getting open shots.
Right. And Lexi Schlemmer almost loses that ball out of bounds. And tipped pass there by Lynn. That's going to be another turnover for the Cavemen. Ott has the ball, jump stop, and no good rebound. Pollock's going to put it back up, and she's going to miss that one. Assad has the basketball. She's going to put it up, no good. Ott's going to get the ball back and put it in. So after all that, Ryan Ott, the 5'11" junior, just going to tip the ball in for a layup. Franklin's going to take a deep 2.
And that one goes off the glass. And I don't know how I don't know even how she got that angle off the glass from the corner.
That's amazing. And foul's going to get called here on Lexi Schlemmer. Her first, team's first. Ball's going to go into Ott.
I haven't been paying that much attention, Isaac, but they brought in Jada Oberon, and they've gone to this 2-3 zone. Have they been in that?
No.
Okay.
They haven't played man. Shot by Ott's no good. Rebound by Oberon.
Another three-pointer no good for LaPorte.
Bobus is going to bring the ball up the court. Jump stop at the top. Passes out to Went. Went thought about the shot, no, but doesn't. Passes it inside to Bobus. Bobus' shot goes off the back of the rim.
But a good shot. You know, here the good thing so far, even though the Cavemen I have 3, maybe 4 turnovers, they've really not played that bad. They've had open shots.
And they're going to call a foul on the floor here.
It looked like that shot should be good, but they're going to say no. They're going to say that was on the floor.
And that's going to go against Lexi Schlemmer, her second, team's second. And Jones is going to inbound here. And it's going to hit off the foot of Bobus. And then the inbounder, Jones, is just going to grab it. And she's going to come out, shoot a 3, no good. Rebound, Pollock. Pollock's going to put it back up and in. And now LaPorte takes a 3-point lead, 8-5, with about a minute 50 left here in the first quarter.
And I'll tell you what, LaPorte's putting up threes. They're going to put some pressure. You see this 1-3-1 kind of defense they're putting on right now. The Cavemen have got open looks. They've just got to get something to go.
And ball goes down to Obrin. And she has the size advantage but cannot convert. And Assad's going to come up, and they're going to call a foul here on Emma Wentz, her first, team's third. And that's going to put Assad at the line. And I'll tell you what, I didn't see a foul there. I thought Wentz was straight up, but
I wasn't watching.
That's why I'm not an official, I guess.
That free throw looks good. So Cavemen still in the game, though, only trailing by 4.
And that's going to be Assad's third point of the night.
Yeah, she could have a lot more. She's taking the most shots by far.
And shot no good. She gets a rebound there, and she's just going to take it right back up. And they're going to call a charge here. Nice job there by Jordan Bobus to take the charge.
Yeah, and you kind of had the chuckle here from the LaPorte coach, but he's not arguing too much. It was close enough to be called a charge.
Right.
The real problem he's having right now is the missed shots.
Right.
Because she finally gets that one to go, but it's a charge.
And that foul is going to be on Kayla Jones. As Wentz going to have the ball here in the corner. Cavemen have to spread out on offense. Once someone traps, they all run to the basketball.
Yeah, and the real problem right now is they've got to get something going. You've got when you're stuck there, you've got to run to the basketball because she's picked up her dribble. There's nothing for her to do other than pass. She can't dribble or anything. But you're right, they've got to get something a little bit better. But their offense, honestly, has been pretty good today. We've seen them this year.
Yeah.
Their offense has struggled in a lot of games. They've gotten some good looks today. If they make a couple more shots, they're even tied or winning. They've had some open looks.
And Juanita Franklin will pass the ball in here. And it's going to be stolen there by 3, Alante Biggers. She's going to pass it out to Assad. Banks is going to go straight up, and another charge there.
And
by the Cavemen.
That one was really tough because it looked like Riley was moving a little bit, but the call is going to be on a kind of an out-of-control dribble. But Assad is looking, she's probably going to have to go to the bench.
And that's going to be Assad's third foul, team's
first quarter,
fifth.
And the coaches for LaPorte were not happy because coming in the game there was number 32. I actually don't have a 32.
I don't have her on a roster either.
So she didn't check in. So she was over here and didn't check in with the scorer's desk. So she did finally get in as Cavemen are going to try to break this pressure.
And what's pivotal is to not pick up your dribble. And Boas picked up her dribble before she even crossed half court.
She did a couple times, yeah.
And shot's going to be taken there by Biggers. Three-pointer off the front of the rim. Rebound by Riley Banks. Banks is going to pass it up to Kukla. Kukla gives it to Bobus. Bobus pivots around, dribbles.
So we're down to 30 seconds here. You just heard it's kind of nice being close to the coaches here. We just heard Coach Deshone say one shot. So they're going to try to just hold it out here for the next 20.
Franklin has the basketball, passes it into Went, gives it to Banks, and then to Kukla. And Kukla's shot's no good. And rebound there by Jones, and Jones will be fouled.
And Coach Deshone is saying good job here because that was a really well-done play. They got Kukla the ball in a good spot. It really looked like she got fouled down there.
Yeah.
But nothing was called.
I think they got away with one there.
10 seconds left.
And that foul's going to be on Juanita Franklin. And Jones has the basketball here, looking to do something. She'll step back here, and her shot will go off the front of the rim. And that'll bring an end to the first quarter. Your score, LaPorte 9, Mishawaka 5. We'll be right back. And we are back for the second quarter of action, and joining me now is my right-hand man, Dakota Stone.
How's it going, Isaac?
It's going good, We're back. We are back in action.
I'm excited. Let's see if we can get the second quarter rolling, going good.
And before a second even ticks off the clock, they're going to call a foul here on Bree Udongo with a moving screen. And actually, they'll take 1 second off the clock for that. And that'll be her first team's 6th foul of the night. Jones has the basketball here, gives it to Ott and then to Lynn. Lynn there to Biggers. Biggers to Pollock. Pollock's going to look to go up, and there she's going to be called for a travel here, and the Cavemen are going to get the basketball.
Turnover, Caveman ball, Banks to inbound.
And Emma Went has the basketball here. She's going to get it up into the wing, then to Udongo, and then to Banks. Banks calls out the play. And Banks is going to dribble. She's going to jump stop there. Hit Bobus on the cut. Nice deflection there by Jones. Banks is going to go in. And she's going to mess up her dribble on that one. Ball out of bounds. LaPorte ball.
Looks like Kukla is going to be checking back in. And Isaac, these turnovers have really been killing the Cavemen. They've been getting some solid offense going, getting some shots up finally for the first time we've seen this season. But they've just been killed on these turnovers.
Mishawaka has 6. LaPorte has 2. And Lynn has the basketball here. And she's going to give it to Biggers. Biggers with that to Ott. Ott's going to take a 3 here. And shots in and good. And that's going to extend the Slicer lead to 7 here in the second quarter.
I'm pretty sure that's LaPorte's first 3 they've made all night, with 8 missed threes. So their ninth 3 being the one that they made.
And Franklin's going to dribble, just step out of bounds on the dribble up the sideline there. And that's going to be another turnover for the Cavemen. Kayla Jones has the basketball here, guarded by Franklin. Passes it to Ott. Ott then to Lynn. And then to Biggers. Biggers has the basketball, gives it back to Ott. Ott drives in, then kicks it to Biggers. Biggers back to Ott. And then to Lynn here on the wing. Lynn's going to give it to Jones. Jones is going to set up for a 3 here, and that's good. And that will extend the lead to 10 for the Slicers tonight. Kugla has the basketball, double teamed. Passes it to Banks, then a nice pass by Banks, splitting defenders to get it to Bobus. Bobus picks up her dribble, passes it back out to Banks. Banks then to Franklin. Franklin's going to take a 3 here, and it's going to be off the rim. And fight for the basketball. It's going to go off of Lynn. Cavemen will retain possession. Checking in for the Cavemen is number 4, Lexi Schlemmer, the 5'3" junior.
We stated this before at the start of the game, but LaPorte just has an insane amount of size over us Lady Cavemen.
They really do. Especially with Pollock down there in the middle. I mean, she's 6'3", and our tallest player is 5'10".
Yeah, it's a little bit of an unfair battle. I mean, we got players on our boys team that aren't even that tall.
I mean, I'm not
So-
even that tall.
Well, Isaac, you're not taller than me, so and I'm not that tall.
As Banks is going to inbound the ball here, and she's going to get it in, and it's going to be tipped by Lynn. Lynn's going to kick it back in, and the Cavemen are going to get the ball. So through all that, the Cavemen just going to get the basketball. And Bobus is going to kick it out to Franklin, and Franklin's going to get called for a double dribble and another turnover for the Cavemen.
No, that's their 8th turnover. It's been their 3rd in this quarter alone. So you got to find something.
But
that
if
fits
you
that.
look at if you look at the stats from previous games, they're doing a lot better
That is
right
true.
now
They're
with the
doing a
turnover
lot better
total
with the
than they
turnover
have.
total.
As Lynn's going to have the basketball here, going to pass it to Ott. Ott, then to Jones. And then down low to Pollock. And they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul here on Emma Wendt. And that's going to be her second, team's 7th. And that's going to put the Slicers in the bonus. And checking in for the Cavemen is number 52, Jada Oberon, the 5'10 junior. And at the line is 34, Lauren Pollock, looking to extend the Slicer lead here. And she does there. Slicers now lead by 11. And Pollock's second free throw. Off the back of the rim, rebound by Bobus. LaPorte has a lot of pressure on the Cavemen right now. And the key is just to advance the ball. And that's going to be over and back. Against the Cavemen, LaPorte's going to get the basketball. Another turnover for Mishawaka. That'll be their 9th of the night. On the court right now is 44, Chrislyn Shelton, the 5'9 freshman. And her mom recently joined the coaching staff this year. And that is also the sister of a Mishawaka star from last year, Ari Shelton. And Jordan Bobus is going to get called on a foul here as number 3, Alante Biggers, is going to go to the line to attempt a three-point play. And it looks as if she's kind of favoring one of her hands right now. So we'll see how that affects her gameplay tonight.
If for our regular views, you may notice how the Cavemen have struggled with high defense. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out. If you notice, LaPorte's playing very high pressing, trying to set a lot of traps as soon as they cross the court and down in the post.
And Shelton's going to lose the ball. It goes out of bounds. And that'll be mark the 10th turnover for the Cavemen tonight. As Juanita Franklin's going to check in for Chrislyn Shelton, as the Slicers have a 13-point lead here with 4:45 left in the first half.
You know, Isaac, I don't want to say we jinxed it, but I think we jinxed it saying that they've been doing better with their turnovers, and I think that's probably 5 right there in the past 2 minutes. So something's clearly changed in the Cavemen in the second quarter.
And Ott at the top of the key is just going to hit that three. And as we might remember from last year when LaPorte was here for girls basketball sectionals, her and her sister were both the 2 leading scorers for LaPorte throughout that entire sectional, which was great when her older sister graduated, and now it's just her. And they're going to lose that. And a quick turn of events down there, but it's going to end up with Ryan Ott going to the free throw line. And that foul's going to be on Jada Oberon, her first, team's 9th, and Ryan Ott's going to get 2 shots at the line. Checking in for the Slicers will be number 33, Danielle Krantz, and for the Cavemen, number 12, Izzy Kukla. Ott's free throw's good, and that's going to extend the Slicers' lead to 18 here in the second quarter. halfway through, 23-5. And a timeout's going to be taken here by Sarah Deshone. And that'll be a 30-second time out. We'll be right back.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And we are back for action here as we look to resume this second quarter. And LaPorte's gone an excellent run this quarter.
They have gone on an excellent run. They've gone 3 for 9 all game on their three-pointers, but all 3 of their three-pointers have come in this half. So in this quarter, I'm sorry. So 9 points coming off of 3 different shots. It's kind of hard to compete with.
And they started off cold.
Very cold.
And a nice block from behind there by Ott. And the Cavemen will retain possession. And Riley Banks is going to inbound here, one of the co-captains of this Cavemen team. And the pass inside is going to get deflected off the hands of Danielle Krantz, the 5'7" senior, and go out of bounds. Cavemen will pass it in from the other side. Banks again to inbound. And it's just going to go back deep to Bobus. Bobus then back to Banks. And then pass intercepted there by Jones. Jones on the break, guarded by Kukla. And they're going to call a foul here on Izzy Kukla. And that's going to send Jones to the line to shoot 2.
That'll be Kukla's first foul of the night, the team's 10th.
So that will now put LaPorte in the double bonus for when those fouls are appropriate. First free throw, no good.
We have a bunch of subs coming in now for the Cavemen.
A platoon swap here for the Cavemen as 42 Maddie Wiley's going to check in, 22 Ella Martin, and number 10 Casey Shambaugh will check in for the Cavemen. Martin and Wiley get the majority of their playing time on the JV team, but it looks like they're going to start doing some swing work here for this girls' varsity team. Shambaugh with the basketball. Cavemen need to get it past half court, and they need to do it quickly as they barely get it there to Ella Martin. As Franklin's going to have the ball, gets it to Bobus, and then to Shambaugh, then to Wiley. Wiley looks to drive baseline. She'll kick it out to Shambaugh.
You can see those traps happening again. They just keep getting down on the baseline trying to drive, and LaPorte just collapses in on them.
And Wiley's going to take a 3 here. Shot no good, rebound by Biggers.
That's the thing I like about Maddie Wiley. She's not afraid to take those shots, whether they're contested or not.
And Pollock's going to be down low. And shot's going to be no good. Rebound by Krantz, and she's going to put it back up. And shots good. And that'll increase the lead here to 21 for LaPorte. Bobus has the basketball, passes it to Franklin. Franklin gives it to Shambaugh. And then to Wiley. Wiley's going to go get her shot blocked there by Pollock. It's going to go right back to Shambaugh. She's going to put it up. And then another rebound by Wiley. Shot no good, rebound by Pollock. And Biggers is going to lose the ball. She dribbles up the court. And that'll be a turnover for LaPorte. Bobus has the basketball. She'll cross half court. She'll pass it to Franklin.
We keep talking about that size factor, but it's just not fair. They're having a shorter player, Maddie Wiley, go up and just get stuffed over top of that 6'3" player, number 34, Lauren Pollock.
And Franklin's going to take a 3 here, blocked by Jones. Rebound by Pollock. Has the basketball, passes it down to Jones. Jones is going to look to drive here. Shot no good. Rebound. She gets her own rebound, and then she'll put the shot back up. And good, and that'll extend the lead to 23 here with a minute and a half left in the first half. Bobus will slowly walk the ball up the court as it seems as if LaPorte's kind of backed off that pressure there. in the full court set. And Boba's shot's going to get blocked there by Pollock. And she'll put it back up. Shot no good. And a nice fight for the rebound there between Pollock and Martin. And they're going to call a foul here on Juanita Franklin. And they're going to call her for grabbing. And that'll be Franklin's second foul of the night, team's 11th. And that's going to put Biggers at the line to shoot 2 here in the double bonus.
LaPorte is in the bonus, so they will go to the line. Going to the line for LaPorte, number 3 and 19 Biggers.
And Biggers, who is scoreless tonight. Excuse
Check
me,
that.
she's
She
not
has,
scoreless.
She has 2 points on the night
She
from
has
my
2.
stats.
That's right. She hit the she hit the free throws. Excuse me.
Make it 3.
And second free throw up, and
That'll extend the
Good.
Slicers' lead to 25.
the Slicers are going to get back into that full court set as Casey Shambaugh is going to jump stop over here, pass the ball to Riley Banks. Banks going to jump stop, gives it to Shambaugh, and then to Maddie Wiley. Wiley's wide open, and she'll step in, take the shot, and a nice shot selection there by Maddie Wiley, the 5'4" sophomore.
Getting herself some points on the board there.
And they're going to call a charge here on Ryan Ott. And that's going to be another turnover for the Slicers.
That's a great play right there by the Cavemen defense to take that charge. There's also a great athletic play by Ott right there, getting that ball up into the basket even though it didn't count.
And, you know, the Cave, if we can take one highlight from this first half for the Cavemen is that they're standing their ground on defense. The score might not reflect that, but the Cavemen are sitting there, and they're playing hard, tough defense on this LaPorte team. Bobus to inbound. Gives it to Martin. Martin does a little play action there to Bobus and then gives it to Riley Banks.
That looks like a lot of our Mishawaka football team right there.
Our Mishawaka basketball team, as LaPorte's looking for a travel there, I think Martin may have got away with run right there. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Biggers. She'll bring the ball up the court. Thinks about the shot. Doesn't shoot it. Gives the ball to Jones. Jones back to Biggers. Then in the corner will be Coates. And Coates is going to hit a very deep 2 as we have 10 seconds left here in the first half. Bobus has the basketball, crosses half court. She's going to drive, get the ball stolen by Biggers. 5 seconds left. Biggers is going to dribble down and put the layup up. No good. And Martin's going to get the rebound. And just like that, it is halftime. And at halftime, your score is LaPorte 32, Mishawaka 7. Dakota, you're keeping stats over here. Take us through leading scores tonight.
Leading scorers for LaPorte, we got number 14 up there with 8 points, Tyler Jones. And it's going to take me a second. Let me do some math here. I have 10 points for Ryan Ott. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct or not. We'd have to check with the board when it comes back up here and she comes in.
I mean, that sounds about correct, though, because Ryan Ott's arguably one of the best athletes on this LaPorte team.
That is true. She's been lighting it up tonight, having some really good plays here. The turnovers is really the big story here.
And sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but
it's all right.
we're going to take a TV timeout here. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to ihsaatv.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And we are back as the wonderful Mishawaka band finishes up their song, so perfect timing there. Dakota, you're here. You've been keeping stats for us tonight.
You know, that's my job.
That's your job
I love
here.
doing it.
Take us through some stats.
All right, so Mishawaka, they've been getting some more shots up. They have 18 shots up, which is a bit above average from what we normally get. They've gone 3 for 15 in twos, but 0 for 3 in the three-point range. As it's going to get loud here for a second as the band continues to play.
But, you know, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, and then also they've gone 1 for 2 from the line. Whereas LaPorte, they've gone 8 for 19 in the two-point range. So they not only are doing better in the two-point range, but they also have more shots inside of the arc than the Cavemen have combined over all areas of play. They've gone 3 for 11 beyond the arc and 7 for 11 on free throws. So you can see there's a big difference in the amount of shots and where those shots are being taken. A lot of shots being inside of the arc from LaPorte with their size advantage, and a lot of shots coming from the line with that amount of fouls coming from the Cavemen defense and offense, mainly their defense.
And, you know, a lot of shots coming in that second quarter. As at the score at the end of the first was 9-5, and now you look, LaPorte scored 20. Sorry, got to do some quick math here. It'd be 20.
Come on, you had it the last time I was on
did
with
have
you.
it here. Well, the Cavemen scored 2. That's easy.
That's easy.
And
it's all that pre-calc work going on. You can't get it.
But yeah, the LaPorte scored a lot in that second quarter, and most of it was just off of a run too. You know,
it was a massive run coming from LaPorte. It's not really fair for the Cavemen to do that, especially considering they have 13 turnovers in the first half versus the LaPorte Slicers only having 4 over the entire first half.
But, you know, those 13 turnovers are still less than some of the games we've seen for the Cavemen. So we're seeing a gradual improvement from the Cavemen as the season's gone on.
Yes. So what do you want to see in the second half here, Isaac?
I want to see the Cavemen take a lot of shots in the second half, and I think they need to if they want any remote chance just to even get back.
Sounds good to me. So we're going to wrap it up here, finish off with some commercials here at halftime, and we'll bring it back to you later.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to ihsaatv.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
And we are back here with about a minute left of halftime, but we just want to take you through our wrestling team's big day so far out at Calumet, and at the Calumet Invite, I believe it's called, and they won round one, dominating Calumet themselves 75-6. They came and then dropped round two 36-45 to Portage. But then they got a 3-round winning streak, winning round 3 56-19 to Lawrence North, winning round 4 54-20 over South Bend Riley, and then winning round 5 54-24 against Florence Central. And that's all the updates we have from that. You know, we're looking through Twitter. We're trying to find out placings and all that stuff. And as halftime will wind down here, we will look ready for action here.
You know, another good update for our athletic program, this is kind of close to my heart, being on the swimming and dive team. Mishawaka Swim and Dive picked up our first win on Thursday against Mishawaka Marion after suffering a real tough loss to St. Joe. So that was a big, nice night for our swim and dive team to pull out a win for the first part of the season.
I would also like to add something to that. This upcoming Thursday, the swimming and diving team is going to take on Northridge. And there will be the Mishawaka Network's very first live-streamed swim meet here. We will have Evan Bordner and Bruce Quick on the call
we get to bring back some old friends
for that event. So we're looking forward to it.
Make sure you tune in. You get to watch me dive and compete. You get to hear some old friends of Evan.
We personally came out to the swim meet on Thursday when you guys went against Marion, just to scout it out, make our setup, draw out plans, and we got it as action is back underway here. Jones has the basketball. Nice screen there by Pollock to set up Jones's missed three, but Pollock gets the rebound, unsurprisingly. And she's going to put it back up, and good. Bobus has the basketball. She'll dribble it up the court. And Bobus is going to look to drive left, changes her mind, goes right. And Bobus is going to get called for a push-off here on 14, Kayla Jones. That will be Bobus's second foul of the night. And team's first in this second half. Inbounding is Shelby Lynn, the 5'8 senior.
And as we were saying earlier, LaPorte, it was a 23-2 run in that second quarter. So some insane shooting and offense done by LaPorte there.
And I think the Cavemen might have gotten away with a foul down there on Pollock. But Bobus has the basketball here, passes out to Franklin. Franklin passes it back down to Oberon. Oberon, ball blocked from behind by Ott. Rebound Franklin. Franklin shot up, no good off the glass. Then rebound by Shelby Lynn. Ott's going to have the basketball here. At the top, passes it out to Lynn. Lynn then to Jones. Jones to Assad out here on the wing. She'll give it back to Ott. Ott's going to pull up at the top of the key. No good. Shot no good. Rebound by Bobus. Bobus across half court here. Looks inside to Oberon. Gives it to Banks. Banks then to Kukla. Then back to Banks. Riley Banks has the basketball. Guarded closely by Ryan Ott. And Banks is going to give it inside to Kukla. Kukla looks around, then turns around and takes a jump shot. No good. Assad on the break here. She's going to put up a floater here. And no good. And it's going to be a jump ball. Cavemen have possession. And LaPorte's going to leave two defenders in the full court set as Kukla has the basketball up top, guarded by Ott.
We see LaPorte seems to almost back off a little bit here in this half, getting that massive lead over the Cavemen.
As Banks is going to take a contested shot from downtown. But, I think the Cavemen need to do more of that. They need to just get shots up. And they're going to call a travel here on Izzy Kukla as she will go to the ground with the basketball, which is a travel.
No, I don't really agree with that all that much. I see it a lot, and it's one of the few things in basketball that I'm like, it's not really fair.
As Ott's going to have the basketball here. Ott looks to drive, puts up a floater, and she's going to get fouled. Brian Ott will go to the line to shoot two here. Foul's going to be on Emma Wendt. That's going to be Wendt's third foul of the night, team's second of the half. And Ryan Ott's free throw is up and good as Izzy Kukla has a basketball here. Don't know why she didn't dribble, but Riley Banks now has the ball at the top, standing in the Mishawaka M. Passes out to Franklin. Franklin had a wide open lane there to drive, and I think she might have just missed it. As Bobus tries to drive baseline, gives it to Banks. Shot blocked by Pollock. And Bobus is going to get called for a travel before her shot went up. And that's going to be another turnover for the Cavemen. Checking in for the Slicers is 3 Alante Biggers. And checking in for the Cavemen is number 20, Bree Udongo.
It's real interesting. You normally see more of Udongo. She didn't start tonight, and she hasn't played much this entire game, which is a little unheard of from her.
It really is, especially since she's so athletic, Dakota. And ball gets passed to Udongo here. Udongo then to Franklin. Franklin looks to drive baseline. And she loses control of the ball out of bounds. Another turnover for the Cavemen. And, an interesting thing that we've seen so far is that the Cavemen like to drive baseline, but it usually doesn't work in that sense.
Yeah, the Slicers are really putting up a big trap on that baseline drive. And when they cross half court, they're setting a lot of traps up, and it's a bit of a disadvantage for the Cavemen.
Ball stolen by Bobus. Cavemen on the break. and Bobus is gonna get fouled from behind there by 14 Kayla Jones, the 5'4" senior from LaPorte. That'll be Jones's second foul of the night, team's first of the half.
Check that, Isaac. That's only her first foul of the night. You're a little ahead of yourself there, aren't you?
I guess so. Checking in for the game for the Slicers is number 5, Aiden Shreves, a 5'6" sophomore out of LaPorte, Indiana, obviously.
I would hope she's from LaPorte.
I don't know. Maybe LaPorte has open enrollment. Who knows?
Who knows?
But regardless, Cavemen have the basketball here. Udongo has it. Thought about a shot there. And Banks is going to drive baseline, and then she'll kick it out to Bobus. Bobus is going to take a deep 2 here. Shot no good. Rebound by Assad. Assad's on the fast break there. Guarded by Udongo. She'll slow it up and give it up to Pollock. Pollock then to Biggers. Biggers guarded by Kukla. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Ryan Ott. Ott then to Pollock, and then back to Biggers. Biggers will just hold the basketball. Thinks about a shot. Gives it to Ott in the corner. Ott's going to take a 3 here. Shot no good. Rebound up for grabs here. And they're going to give it to Bobus. Bobus is on the break here. Bobus gets a fast break layup. And that's going to be the Cavemen's first basket here
Finally
in this
breaking that
second
cold
half.
streak.
And Assad's just going to dribble and pull up. And a nice effort there by Pollock. As ball was going out of bounds, she pinned it up against Jordan Bobus as they both went out of bounds, and the ref's going to say it's off of Bobus, and LaPorte's going to retain possession. Nice awareness there by Pollock.
That was great awareness.
And Biggers is going to pass it into Assad. Assad's just going to pull up and take a 3 here off the rim. And that's going to be an over-the-back call on Aiden Shreves. And LaPorte's going to back off of that full court press here. And Bobus is going to bring the ball up the court for the Cavemen. Bobus crosses half court as the Cavemen look to get into their play. And ball is going to go to Lexi Schlemmer. Schlemmer then to Udongo. Udongo then to Schlemmer, back to Banks. Banks has the basketball up top, gets a nice screen set there by Obrin. Banks looks to drive, feeds it down low to Obrin, and Obra gets it up and good as Jada Obrin's going to go to the line to attempt a 3-point play. Foul's going to be on 34, Lauren Pollock, and it's about time those Cavemen get a basket in there down low.
It's been a big shift for the Cavemen. Not only are they backing off on offense, but they've backed off a lot on defense, and it's not really working out from what we can see here. As
Obrin converts on the 3-point play. And, the Cavemen, it's really been hard for them to get down low, especially when you have Pollock, who's 6'3".
She's been in this entire game.
She's a head and a half taller than everybody else out on the Cavemen team. So, nice thing there by the Cavemen. And a timeout's going to be called here by Coach Rob Walker and the LaPorte Slicers. 30-second timeout here, and we will take a break as well. We'll be right back. And we are back to resume action here in the third quarter. 2.5 left here, and LaPorte leads by 23 by a score of 35-12 over Mishawaka. Biggers to inbound for the Slicers. Slicers aren't moving around a whole lot. Gives the ball up to Aiden Shreves. Shreves gives it back to Biggers. Biggers up top. And nice tip there by Udongo. And they're going to call a
Foul.
Foul here, I believe, on Udongo for a push.
That will be on Udongo.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Udongo for a push.
That'll be your second foul of the night. You know, Isaac, it's a little scary seeing this referee right here. He's a big guy coming up yelling some things at the scores table.
He kind of looks like Chad Blasco.
A little bit.
As Biggers has the ball up top. And she's going to pass it out to Ryan. Ott's going to drive baseline. And they're going to call a foul here. Let's see who it's on. As the official jogs over here. It's going to go against Jada Obrin. Jinx.
No, I don't really like you right now anymore.
And I believe that's going to be Obrin's second foul of the night. And Ott's first free throw is up and no good. Ott looking to extend the lead to 24 here for the Slicers, and she does. And the Slicers no longer in their full court set on defense. And Bobus is going to dribble the ball up the court, call a play. Gives the ball to Udongo. Udongo drives baseline, kicks it out to Bobus, and an errant pass will result in another turnover for the Cavemen. And checking in for the Slicers is 14, Kayla Jones, the 5'4" senior. And she'll check in for Ryan Ott as she'll take a seat. Jones has the basketball, passes it to Biggers, and then to Assad. Assad with the basketball, gives it to Jones. Jones out to Assad and then to Biggers. Pass then to Assad. Assad's going to pass it up top to Shreves, to Biggers, and then to Jones. Jones with the basketball is going to try to feed inside to Pollock, but she cannot corral it. Ball's going to go out to Assad outside. Shot up, no good. Nice rebound by Shreves. Shreves is going to put it up, and she'll bank it off the glass. And a timeout's going to be taken here by LaPorte.
And you can see there are 3 players down at the scores table, so it looks like we're going to have 3 subs coming in after this timeout comes in.
And I think we'll just stay here for the timeout. And we would like to remind all of you that tomorrow the Mishawaka High School Choir will be bringing you their annual Vespers concert. You can come out and check them out in the Mishawaka High School Auditorium. There will be 2 performances, one at 3 o'clock and the other at 5 o'clock.
And that's a great program that they put on. They put a lot of work into it, and it's a lot of dedication for these choir students and these people who are coming in. And not only that, but it's their 85th year, so it's been going on for a long time. And not only that, but it doesn't cost anything to go in. You can just show up, come in, and watch this beautiful performance that our choir puts on.
You already knew what I was going to say.
I guess I'm just that good.
As Banks will inbound here as action resumes here in the third quarter. Bobus has the basketball. Nice screen there by Kukla. Bobus has the basketball, going to give it to Franklin. Franklin's going to take a deep 2. Shot no good. Rebound by Went. Went's going to look back in, but she's guarded by Pollock, and she'll give it to the cutting Bobus. And shot no good. Rebound by Pollock. Biggers is going to push the ball up the court. Gives it to Shreves. Shreves looks to go baseline. She runs into 2 Cavemen. And to Biggers, and then to Assad, then to Jones. Jones is going to take a 3 here. And that's going to bounce off the rim. Rebound by Emma Went.
Both teams seem to be going dry here. I mean, obviously the Cavemen have been struggling to put points up all night, but there's been very few shots and points coming from LaPorte's side, which is very odd.
And foul's going to be called here on 5. Aiden Shreves for a block. Shreves is the 5'6" sophomore. And checking in for the Slicers is 33 Daniel Kronk, a 5'7" sophomore. And now would be the time for the Cavemen just to drive, as the 6'3" Pollock was just taken out of the game. And just like I said, Banks is going to take it in, and she's going to get fouled, as Riley Banks is going to go to the line. Foul's going to be on 33, Krantz.
Let's see if Riley Banks can get some points on the board, as she's been scoreless tonight, which is very odd coming from her. She puts that first one
And what do
in.
you know? Now she's on the board.
Would you look at that?
And we will look to see if the Cavemen can make another small dent here in this LaPorte lead. And they do. Jones has the basketball. Jones is really quick with the basketball. As she's going to pass it down low to Krantz. Krantz is double teamed here. Nice defense there by the Cavemen. Ball out of bounds. And LaPorte will retain possession.
That was a great defensive effort there by the Cavemen, having 2 players over top of her, getting that shot blocked.
And they'll have 2.5 seconds to get a shot off here. So let's see what they'll do. They'll give it out to Jones. Jones is just going to pull up from the volleyball line. Shot hits the front of the rim, no good. And at the end of 3, LaPorte will lead the Mishawaka Cavemen 38-14. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to ihsaatv.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
And we are back, and we always like to bring you those wonderful messages from the IHSAA. Shout out to them. They make all high school sports possible. As LaPorte will have the ball here to start the 4th quarter. As Jones will have the basketball guarded by Franklin. And then to Shreves. Shreves back to Jones. Jones then to Biggers.
And we love bringing you our basketball games and other products here as the Mishawaka Network, but we can't do that without a certain amount of help from other students. So we want to give a big shout out to Joseph Swank running our camera down on the bottom court, and Tony Parts up top giving you most of the action camera. So big shout out to them.
And we would just like you to know that none of the Mishawaka Network would be possible without our very own Commander-in-Chief, Mr. Matt Rendell, out here switching cameras and running the show. Very grateful for all that we have here at Mishawaka High School. As Assad has the basketball here, and she'll put up a floater, and that will extend the lead to 26 for the Slicers. Bobus will pass it to Banks. Banks to Went. Went had a shot opportunity there, didn't take it. Pass to Banks. Banks is going to drive. Ball's going to be tipped by Biggers. Last touch by LaPorte. Cavemen retain possession.
We've seen a lot more of those tipping plays, less turnovers and more just getting your hand on the ball, and it ended up being on the same team getting possession.
Passing it in is Banks. Banks will give it to Bobus. Bobus then to Went. Went's going to take a 3 off the front of the rim, but a nice shot there.
Great shot selection by
You
Wentz.
can't make every shot you do. And
that shot will be no good. Foul on the ground.
they're going to call a They're going to say basket good. And that's going to put 23 Nyla Assad at the line to attempt to convert on the 3-point play.
As we saw Emma Went come out, she has 4 fouls already coming out as a sub, playing a lot in that JV game. So she may not be putting it up on the point side, but she's definitely been getting down, getting the fouls, doing the dirty.
as Banks is going to have the basketball here, guarded by Shreves. Banks gets double teamed, kick it out to Franklin, and Franklin's entry pass is going to be deflected out of bounds. And now checking in for the Slicers will be number 12, Madison Coates, a 5'6" senior, as Alante Biggers will take a seat for the Slicers. Passing it in is Bobus. Bobus is going to pass it to Oberon. Oberon then to Franklin. Franklin then back to Bobus. Shot up, no good. Rebound Udongo. Udongo's put back, no good. As Bobus will save the, Oberon will save the ball from going out of bounds. But LaPorte will have the basketball. Assad's going to put up a floater here. Shot no good. Rebound Shreves. Shreves will put it back up. No, shot no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch LaPorte. Caveman basketball.
A lot of really fast plays here from LaPorte. Putting shots up, getting the rebounds, putting them back up almost instantly. I'm having a hard time keeping my stats over here.
And checking in for the Cavemen is 22, Ella Martin. And then for the Slicers, number 22, Ryan Ott. Bobus will bring the ball up the court, and she'll be met at half court by Jones. Banks has the basketball, guarded by Ott. Gives it to Martin. Martin was wide open from behind the arc, but doesn't take the shot. Bobus is going to look to drive. Bobus has the basketball. Kicks it out to Martin. Martin's going to drive. Put the shot up. Shot good, as the Cavemen bench is going to erupt, as one of their JV players who they just put in the game will get a basket. 3-point shot there by Assad, no good. Rebound, Riley Banks. And it looks like Banks will just drive in. Banks kick it out to Oberon. Martin's going to pick up the ball, though. Shot no good. Rebound, Oberon. And that missed shot's going to be rebounded by Ott. Ott will bring the ball off the court, pass it out to Assad. Assad's going to have a nice crossover there. Drive, shot no good. And ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, LaPorte.
So we got number 10, the 5-foot guard, Casey Shambaugh, checking in for the first time. And number 34, Pollock, returning.
As Jordan Bobus will bring the ball up the court for the Cavemen here. 4:45 left here in this contest. As Shambaugh's going to have the basketball, pass it back to Bobus. Bobus then to Banks. Banks then to Ella Martin. Martin to Bobus. Bobus is going to take a shot here. Shot no good, rebounded by Jones. Jones will bring the ball up the court here. She's just going to drive in, then dish it out to Coates. Coates will then give it to Ott. Ott then to Jones in the corner. An entry pass to Pollock. And Pollock's going to get fouled there. And she'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul will be on 32, Riley Banks for the Cavemen. That'll be Banks' second foul and team's sixth. At the line here is the 6'3" junior, Lauren Pollock, as her first free throw will bounce off of the rim. And checking in for LaPorte right now is 10, Natalie Time. And checking in for the Cavemen is 2, Skylar Kempf. Kempf, a fan favorite of Mishawaka girls basketball fans.
I definitely say my favorite of Mishawaka basketball.
As she definitely puts in the work.
She 100% does. She may not always show it on the scoreboard and in the stat sheet, but she's working hard trying to get that Caveman offense running, and really strong on defense at that too.
As Kemp's going to feed it into Martin. Martin's going to lose control of the basketball. Ball goes out of bounds. LaPorte basketball. Ott will inbound to Jones. And Jones will dribble the ball up the court.
Is there going to be a travel violation on LaPorte?
And yeah, Ott's going to get called for a travel there, as the Cavemen will get the basketball here. Another turnover for LaPorte, as Banks will inbound here to Casey Shambaugh. Shamball back to Banks. Banks is going to cross over, try and drive baseline. And she tries and almost like tries to curve the ball there on the baseline, but it's just going to bounce out. And now checking into the game for the Cavemen, it will be number 4, Lexi Schlemmer, the 5'3" junior.
It seems if Mishawaka seems to have gone shorter as LaPorte has gone taller, with Cavemen's shortest player, number 10, Casey Shamball, being a staggering 5 feet tall, and Paulette being out there at 6'3". That's a full 15 inches of difference.
Well,
right
honestly, it looks like it's just the Cavemen are going to put it in the reserves here, just to get everybody some playing time tonight, which is nice. You know, you like to see that. As Shamball will inbound to Schlemmer, as Schlemmer will pass half court here, and she's going to get called here for the referees didn't make a signal for what the foul was. So I'm just going to assume it's a double dribble or a travel.
Yeah, one of those two. You don't typically see anything else when there's nobody else around, so.
Yeah. And subbing in for the Slicers will be number 3, Alante Biggers, the 5'6" junior out of LaPorte, Indiana. And a platoon swap for the Cavemen as Juanita Franklin, Jordan Bobis, Riley Banks, and Emma Wendt will check into the game. The only player that will remain on the court for the Cavemen will be 22, Ella Martin.
You see Skylar Kemp kind of resisting that sub right there, trying to stay on the court a little bit.
As soon as she checked out, the referee said he can only play with 5. As LaPorte will go up by 30 now here with 2:50 left in the contest.
You know, they say that as a joke. However, for those that were at the game last night for the boys basketball game, there was an entire play where they had 6 players on the court, and they had 8 on the court at one time during the inbound.
And a foul's going to be called here on Jordan Bobis. But, you know, interesting take about last night is that they had 6 people on the court for a good, 10 seconds before the referees noticed.
You know, I think there's a little longer than that.
It was a good amount of time.
Good amount of time.
And in the Cavemen's home opener here against Elkhart Memorial, they got away with 6 people on the court. I guess the referees didn't notice. So definitely something for the Cavemen to clean up a little bit.
With their substitutions. It's kind of hard. It gets a little confusing when you get a full line change, or not a full line change, but you get 2, 3, 4 subs going in at one time.
As they're going to call a foul here, as Pollock was fouled, and she's going to be, and Riley Banks will get called for the foul, and that's going to put Pollock at the line for the 1-and-1. Pollock's first shot is up and good. And checking in for the Slicers will be number 30, Abigail Hall, a 5'6" junior. About 2:30 left here in the contest. As Pollock will look to increase the lead, extend the lead, excuse me, as she will convert. Bobis with the basketball. Bobis looks for something, gives the ball to Udongo. Udongo then hesitates, gets the ball stolen from her by Assad. Assad's going to go on the break here. And
that was just a nice play. You got to give it up to her for that one.
Just coast to coast, man. Smooth sailing.
Assad will max out my score sheet on the 2 points. She's really been lighting it up from inside the arc.
As Bobis has the basketball, kick it out to Banks. Banks is just going to take a 3 there. Shot no good. And the ball will be kind of placed out of bounds by the LaPorte player there, and the Cavemen don't have the basketball. Checking in for the Cavemen first will be 44, Chrislyn Shelton, and checking in for the Slicers will be 20, Hannah Hartsburg, a 5'5" sophomore. Banks to inbound. She'll pass it in to Bobus. Bobus to Shelton. Shelton then to Franklin. 1:45 left in the contest. Martin has the basketball, passes it to Shelton. Shelton gives it to Banks. Banks is going to go up. Shot blocked by Pollock.
And that's a little questionable there. From my view, it looked like she got her hand on that shot going up, but refs didn't see it that way, so
You know what, Dakota? I like to say this to a lot of people who kind of like to criticize. I criticize a little bit myself, but, we're not the refs for a reason.
That is exactly right.
These guys have to pass a test. They have to go. It's a whole process to become
It's a very long process.
We're very grateful for these guys coming out here tonight.
I've gone through a few of those processes before refereeing soccer, so I give a lot of props to the officials. I do tend to criticize. I got to catch myself sometimes, but it's a very nice job that they come out here and they give their time to officiate these games for us.
And I umpire Little League Baseball every once in a while, and it's just you're under a lot of pressure being an official.
It's a lot of pressure being an official.
So kudos to these guys for coming out here tonight.
I give IHSA officials a lot of respect.
As Biggers has the basketball here, she missed Hall going down low. She was wide open, and they're just going to feed Pollock as she's going to be guarded by Casey Shambaugh, and Shambaugh's going to just foul her.
You can see there, that's a bit of a disadvantage there, the full foot of difference.
The Caveman shortest player, Casey Shambaugh, was guarding the tallest player on the court, Lauren Pollock, down low in the post.
And not only that, but she fouled her. So you can see there what's going on.
And, the thing that gets me is that the entire time that she was guarding her, she was just smiling because, it's kind of fun to her.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get that size difference all that often.
And Pollock's second free throw up and good. And checking in for the Slicers will be 12 Madison Coates and then 10 Natalie Time. As they'll give Pollock, as the bench will give Pollock an ovation as she checks out here.
And Pollock, most of her points have come from the stripe, getting fouled a lot. She's going 75% from the line, which is
little bit of a hack-a-shack strategy there.
Yeah.
But
very good.
But she's been converting at the line.
Going 6 for 8, so 75%. That's very well for a high school player.
As Maddie Wiley will look to inbound here for the Cavemen. She'll inbound it to Shelton. Shelton will lose handle of it. And another turnover for the Cavemen. And now with about 50 seconds left in the game here, LaPorte will cross half court here. Both teams has reserves in the game right now.
LaPorte out here playing a very weave offense, getting that ball up top, switching players around, causing a lot of confusion for the Mishawaka defense.
I mean, when you put the reserves in, they just want to play too, so they're going to go out there and just play basketball. As Schlemmer's going to bring the ball up the court. 20 seconds left here in the contest. Maddie Wiley's going to pass it down low to Casey Shambaugh. Shambaugh's going to go up, and Shambaugh's shot's going to go up and good as she'll get on the board tonight. And this game is now over as the final buzzer sounds off. Your final score will be the LaPorte Lady Slicers 52 and your Mishawaka Lady Cavemen 18.
Tough loss for the Cavemen, but we saw a lot of improvement coming from them. A lot of good things, a lot of very strong things coming out from this game that we haven't seen before. So things are looking up.
And for the Cavemen tonight, the scoreboard might not show it, but their defenses looked the best it's been all year tonight. And, it showed off, especially in that first quarter, because, LaPorte is a very good team.
Very well done team.
Like when we see LaPorte in February in sectionals, there are many people looking at them to repeat as sectional champions next season.
Very much so. It's going to be an exciting year for the Slicers.
So, Dakota, just take us through leading scorers and turnovers for both teams.
Turnovers, there's a lot of turnovers for the Lady Cavemen. I kind of lost track there as we got into it. There's quite a few back and forths that we couldn't really get going. Leading scorers have to give it up to Assad from LaPorte as well as Pollock from LaPorte. However, Pollock, very interesting, she's gone 6 for 8, so she got 6 of her 8 points from the charity stripe, which is not very often you hear that.
Right. And take us to turnover total. Leading score for the Cavemen tonight.
Leading score for the Cavemen, it's really across the board. We have, let's see if I can get it right, a lot of 2-point only, 4 points for the Cavemen. There really isn't a leading scorer across from the Cavemen. Ella Martin with 4 points, Jordan Bobos 4 points, Jada Oberon had 3 points on the night, so it was kind of all over the place for the Lady Cavemen.
As the Cavemen will have another tough loss on this season, and we would just like to thank you all for tuning in on this Saturday night. Dakota, any final thoughts tonight?
Make sure you tune in on Monday as the boys basketball team will be here live in action at the Cave. And make sure you really tune in on Thursday as we'll have our first swim meet live on the Mishawaka Network.
And Bruce Quick and Evan Gordon will bring you the call on Thursday. And on Monday, we'll have Sean Stiers and Vince D'Addario on the call for that one. And we would just like to wish all of you a good night from the Mishawaka Network. I'm Isaac Hayes. And on the mics with me tonight was Dakota Stone and Matt Rendell, and wishing you all a good night.